मॅम इथे समोर
लाइट
here, please here. Come.
Yes, I was at your place in Mela. I left everything in Pakistan. मैं पूछा मेरा किधर है मैं एक्चुअली आपकी लग में था I know फिर हम बैच निकल डॉक्टर वो पीछे प्लीज सर
Also look here please, here center.
या सर मैम सेंटर में देखिए थैंक यू
छोड़ दो
हाँ ओके ओके
आमिर रुको ना आमिर
वेट सर सामने आइए मैम वेट टेक मिनट
आमिर सर यहाँ पर लेफ्ट आमिर सर लेफ्ट आमिर सर सेंटर साहब लेफ्ट आमिर सर यहाँ पे
Okay, so now just cut it and go.
वेट
फोटोग्राफर पीछे थोड़ा पीछे प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट है फोटोग्राफर पीछे दादा मोबाइल पे आपका फोटोग्राफर दादा थोड़ा डाउन होके मारो सर यार प्लीज यार सो सर सामने यो
As soon as we finish. Nikki?
सर सामने आइए अभी सर सामने आइए अभी सर सामने आइए
Ma'am, books here रखिए ना books.
Namas. Namas. Introduce brother with Nikki and Aina. Aina is Namas with Dr.
Not much actually. I got delayed in leaving. One of my meetings got stretched and I didn't realize the time. Then I had to rush. Yeah.
Can I request one of you wonderful guys to take a picture on my phone? Thank you.
Yeah, somebody do my phone.
Thanks very much. I hope you will check the guy when he take it.
Please, Miss Namas. You're getting mics. Aina and Nikki.
Thank you.
Sunny light, as always. Firoza, you continue to inspire us. And both of you put up with incredibly difficult people, prone to periods of silence and withdrawal and near meditative effort in our work. So thank you not just for supporting us, but for tolerating us. To our children, Aina, the last time I had an exhibition here in 2005, and I see some familiar faces over there, the Michigan exhibition. Aina was a little girl flying in a red dress, running in circles around. She was running around. She was having like a playground. And today she's such a lovely, young, accomplished lawyer. And I felt so much pride, as I'm sure you know us, to see her here introducing us. So thank you. Daughters do wonders for us. There have been flowers which are put up over there. The boys asked us what's on the menu, what time is the food coming in, but they also support us. So we thank our 6 children, Swapi and Meena, Manu and Shivani, they were not listening, child. Nikki and Paige, 6 of them, we're so lucky to have them in our lives, and they make everything worthwhile. And they too also put up with us, pull us up, and encourage us. So thank you everybody. I know it's a long list of thanks, but now my heart is a little lighter, and now I'll be able to talk about the thanks. Otherwise, I'm going to stop in the middle. Shobha, please.
Meeting after a few years, I've followed your work for decades. And I want to actually kick this off by asking a rather difficult question. I mean, a book like this, a creative, collaborative book, you're a neuropsychiatrist, but you're also a poet, a painter, and much else, Rajesh. And his approach would be a more journalistic approach, because that is your background and your training. And you've been nominated for the Pulitzer for your work as a folk journalist. So when you go to something as overwhelming as the Maha, what is it to collaborate on the approach of how what kind of pictures you're going to take? You take them independently, like you do your thing and I'm going to do my thing. Actually, we need more mics here, those will be. He said you're the photographer, so you go first. So are you, Rajesh?
Alright, I noticed the secrets are all those fill out. You had a right to speak first, but now that you passed it on to me, when I met Namas 40 years ago, I never forget that day. He was 18, so it was more than 40 years ago. And I was somewhat older, and we were introduced to each other. And I said, Rajesh, I'm studying medicine at the JS Medical College. And he said, I'm Namas. So I said, what do you do? He didn't say a word. He handed over 6 incredible photographs that he had taken in Pondicherry. And Namas has always been like that. His work speaks, he's silent, he observes very critically, and he records. So I'm not surprised. I did warn him before this. Namas, you only do half the talking. And he didn't reply. So, Namas will have to say something. But he smiles. Our collaboration was simple. About a month and a half before the Kumbh Mela, Namas sent me a text message saying, would you like to go photograph the Kumbh Mela? All of you, my friends, know how horrible I am in technology, particularly in cell phones. I didn't own one in the pandemic. And I saw it late night and said yes. That's the moment our collaboration started. We went together, we went separately. We spent almost 30 out of 45 days on the Kumbh Mela. And I don't think we told each other that we just want to photograph. Maybe sometimes we said we should get the possession. But we did our own work independently. When the photographs were ready, there were a few thousand. Gave the job of selecting them, so we narrowed them down. And then we said we should come down to at least 200 before we narrow down. And it was just strange that I think about 65% of the photographs that was selected were mine, and only 45% were his. On the other hand, I think I was more objective because 80% of the pictures I selected were his, and only 20% were mine. And this went on, and then we got the great Vilas involved. And it's just a miracle that Vilas, not knowing who has taken which photograph, selected exactly 50%, not 51, 49. Vilas, you think he can by playing and 50% of the pictures were of each of us. Namas was happy, I was disappointed because I truly feel. I'm not saying this because he's here, he is a great photographer. I didn't know that Pulitzer Prize was some years ago. He's been nominated for it. His work has appeared in Time, in the New York Times, the Washington Post, all of that. So, watching Namas at work, watching the intensity with which he works, the silence, near meditative approach, was You have to speak.
Hello. Yeah. You all know about Rajesh and Firoza. We are, not just friends, but it's a privilege to be knowing them for so long. We are just wonderful human beings. So, firstly, I want to thank, of course, our guests and their whole family to support us. It is. I'm just overwhelmed by the graciousness and the help that they provided setting up. Rajesh did most of the work, I would say, of putting up the show. I was in the background, he would consult me, but being here in Bombay, he did the heavy lifting. I think we'll now give it to Shobha.
No, we'll give it to Aamir. Go for it, Aamir. Just say, just from your heart, when you look at these pictures.
Well, I'd like to congratulate both Namaste and Rajesh for this wonderful book and the exhibition. It was some months back when Rajesh shared his work with me, and it's really stunning, to see such brilliance, on secular, on the page. Such amazing moments that are captured from this very historic event that we have in India. So I thought, showcasing the different emotions actually of India in many ways, and the power of faith, passion. So it's a really amazing piece of work, and I really congratulate both of you and thank you for this work that you have done. For example, I could visit a year ago. So for someone like me who's unable to visit, it's taking me there. The photographs really take me into it. So I would really like to thank you. And amazing work, really. And as Rajesh was saying, there are two reasons why when I think I'm here in Shobha. One of them is Firoza and one of them is Rajesh. So I'm really happy to be here this evening and to join with the joy of this evening. Thank you so much.
Just looking at all the images, and most of them I know extremely intimately because I've lived with the book for a while and studied it closely because I've been to the Kumbh, I've been to the earlier big Kumbh. I've gone with my sisters and my young daughter at the time, and I've been to two other mini Kumbhs. So for me it was like going right back into something that was a deeply immersive and a deeply moving experience. But what I noticed in these pictures, or the selection of these pictures, is how much has changed. Now we have selfie sadhus. There are sadhus wearing shades like Aamir would wear in his movies. See those two pictures there. And a lot of sadhus captured taking their own pictures. So that tells a whole different story of social media impacting some of the oldest akharas. They're now very well aware of what it means, what the Kumbh means, the power of iconography, the power of imagery. And that whole transition was for me as a journalist and writer very fascinating. That it's a big departure. Also the number of women that you photographed this time, as compared to the number of women who were there when I was the last time I went to the big Kumbh. I wanted to ask you both whether there is a difference between calling yourself a spiritual person or a religious person. Is there a vital difference in that?
Once you have answers, you may recollect us. We had this conversation on more than one occasion, I think 2 or 3 times when you were there. So this is a personal reason. I don't pretend. I'm not sure in what way you mean united. If you mean politically, we've always been all countries. In all countries where there's politics, there's going to be divisibility. It's in the nature of politics. But if you mean in a spiritual sense, you mean spiritual. I didn't think about it, but I would like to believe yes. I would like to believe yes because of the huge media explosion. Although this is the largest Kumbh in the history of the planet, it's also the first Kumbh which has had, Maha Kumbh at least, which has had such a strong social media presence across the world. So I think many Indians who 12 years ago may not have been familiar with the Mela and its ability to bring people from all walks of life together. And when you take a look, it doesn't matter how famous you are. Someone like Shobha, who is larger than life as a celebrity, when she was there, she can say, yeah, I feel hunger and I feel down. The rest of us are at that level anyway, so we don't feel that change. Okay? But Shobha needs to be at the Kumbh to realize that yes, you are not there. I am also like Namaste Radish, a regular person. So I would like to believe that it does unify us more as a people.
Thank you for that wonderful tona that you've given me, and on that note, I think we can conclude this marvelous evening and enjoy the photographs. And someone wants to ask Aamir a question.
But still, Ujjain होने वाला है, कुंभ मेला होने वाला है. Even Nashik is going to happen. Is it possible आप visit करेंगे?
Actually, I would love to. So I hope that I can next time I can.
Thanks.
अमीर सर सामने ही हो। ये भाई डॉक्टर साहब सर आप भी आ जाओ प्लीज कम जॉइन दादा नीचे मत करो प्लीज मारो
I love it. I told you I sent you an image of that. I